This video is made for an adult audience. Hey Brick fans, welcome back to the Brick Bakery, where all our jokes I have baked. I'm Jacob and today's time to work on a custom diner for my Lego city. In my last video, I started work on the raised section of my Lego city. Until now, the raised section has contained mostly the official Lego Creator Expert modular buildings. But I started to put in custom buildings last time. However, I ended up not being too satisfied and really wanting to revise everything for today. So today I have a new idea and a new plan. So let's head over to Bakersville and see what that's all about. Welcome back to Bakersville, everybody. This is the city as it looks right now, and this building right here is what I started work on last time. If you saw that video, you'll also know that I wasn't completely satisfied. Today I will be breaking down this building right here and use the pieces for a diner that's going to be right here. I'm going to make a sidewalk down this side and have it facing out this way. Last time I also mentioned briefly how I might want to integrate this into the Lego city. This socket right here could be fun to integrate into some kind of build. However, I think my solution is more along the lines of just avoiding this socket than it is actually integrating it, because I still need this socket. As you can see, there's actually something plugged in right here and I need that on a regular basis. So I think I'm just going to build around it rather than try to integrate it. But without any further ado, let's break down this building right here and get started on that seafood diner. Here we are. This is the building that I am going to break down, but I would first like to show you some of the inspirations that I'm drawing on to build this. I found this picture right here in the Lego neighborhood book. This is a diner that is sort of an end build or a corner build, and I'm going to be very much inspired by this. I am also going to be inspired by this right here. This is the seafood diner from the Hidden Side theme. There are a lot of wonderful small decorative builds in this that I am pretty sure that I can use on my own seafood diner, and I will do so. However, today I don't think I will be using any of this. I haven't unpacked this. I think I will build these small builds off cam at some point, and then I'll show you how I will integrate them in my own diner mock. So that is the inspiration for today's build, the Lego Neighborhood Book 2 and this Hidden Side set. First off, we break everything down. And so I am ready to start building the diner, but first I will be adding a sidewalk here, and I'm thinking it should be 6 wide all counted, just to give plenty of space maybe for a tree on the sidewalk, or some benches or trash cans or newspaper stands or something like that. So I think a 6 wide sidewalk here and over here as well is going to be great. That means I've got to fill in these a little bit and of course make this corner right here. So that's how I am going to start with this. That's the sidewalk done, and now I'll move on to actually making the diner. The first thing I will do is make a frame with these black 1x here and see how far down I want it. Of course, this has somewhat to match with some of the bigger transparent panels that I have right here. I'll show you just briefly. I'll be using, oh, not this one. This one is very, this one is old, this one is new. Maybe you can see a difference. So I'll be using these as the windows on this lower part, just like you can see in the picture in the Lego neighborhood book. So yeah, this has got to match with some kind of number of these. I think in the book it's 3. I think 3 would be good. So yeah, that's how I'm gonna do this, and then I'll start making a wall and using these glass panes and such. So I've laid out the foundation. It's not going to be very deep as such. It's going to be a long sort of counter thing in here. And I've already come up with a small modification of the original design using one of these sort of half circular windows, and then putting in some of these panels. Of course, I've got to do something with the height and the walls and such to actually get this to fit. But this here would be the basic idea I am thinking of. So the entrance is actually here, or it could actually be, maybe that would look better, having it all the way out here. And I think that's going to be much better. So you have this big open area, and of course I've got to do something over here. I don't know, maybe a wall would be great. Yeah, I think this could be good. So yeah, this is sort of the basic idea of the outline right now, and I'm going to continue work on this and see how I can integrate this in a meaningful way. So yeah, here we go. So I've framed everything up here in the bottom using this alternate color scheme of this sand green and the light bluish gray masonry bricks, of course coupled with these big panes of glass, and just rounding it in the glass and having a straight corner. I think this can work. If somebody has a great suggestion for something that might be done here, I am all ears, but for now I'm just going to use this rounded glass as what's going to be here. I am thinking just adding in a white wall like this all around the back and the edges, because I think white would be great at the bottom like that. Then you have the sand green, and you'll have the white that frames it, and maybe and then you'll have that canopy thing sticking out up here, which will be white framed in dark gray. I think that could look pretty good and be sort of a nice contrast to the upper floor, which is going to be normal green like this. So now I'm going to build the back wall here, and then I'm going to make ready to put on the canopy thing and making ready for the floor up here. So here's of course the million-dollar question. How far out should this canopy be? Now it could of course go all the way out here. Is that too exaggerated maybe? No, I do think I like that, but do I also like this? It's one farther back. Sticks out, well, it sticks out a little farther this way actually, so it should be this here, and this here. Now it's equal on all sides. Yeah, I think this is good actually. Yeah, I think I'll go with this, and just yeah, I'll do this. I'll finish up the roof like this, having the overhang just here, and then start building the upper floor. Indeed. As you can see, I have made this roof very, very sturdy by lining all the inside with these 2x2 bricks. And now, of course, I just need to add another layer of plates to get this wonderful looking canopy right here, which I think looks rather gorgeous, to be honest. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do right now. Here we go, the bottom layer of the diner building. I'm pretty satisfied with this. Of course, I did steal most of the ideas, so it's pretty easy to be satisfied with, because I already know this is a gorgeous design by those guys, Jason and Jason and Brian Lyles of the Lego Neighborhood book. But I do think it looks great, and I have done something that's different, because I have made this straight back here. That's partly because I don't necessarily have the part to make it a full sort of rounded back here, but it's also because if I don't do that, I'm not sure I have room for that socket I showed you just before. So yeah, now I've got to add the sort of New York style upper floor. That's it really takes this one home, I think. So I'm really looking forward to get that one in there. So yeah, here we go, adding the first floor. Here you can see the layout of the upper floor. The windows are here in front, pointing this way, and of course a couple of windows here. Now I am gonna add some ledges and such, just to add a little detail. That's also in the original design by those guys in the Lego Neighborhood book. So yeah, well on the way, I think, and I actually think this dark green looks great, and it really, I don't think it's overpowering this down here, because this down here is actually still unique to look at. So you still get this, you get the sense of this down here, while this up here is of course a little darker, a little more sort of powerful in color. But I think it'll work fine, to be honest. But we'll see. So I built the walls now, and I think this is coming together very nicely. I love the ideas that Jason and Brian Lyles had in the Lego Neighborhood book 2 for this, and the way that they have made this roof up here is great too. There is this sort of level difference between the front and the back, and I really like that detail. That's something I am going to integrate in this as well. So that's going to be fun to do. The tricky part now, of course, is going to be to make a decorative front up here. That's not necessarily my strong suit, but I will give it a go. So here we go, making the roof for this top floor. So far I have come up with this for the edge of the roof. This is some of those ball and joint pieces that are often used, I think, in different Technic sets and Star Wars sets and all that. But I think this creates an interesting pattern right here. Now I just need to sort of figure out if I want to do a little more sort of on a slope outwards here, or just maybe come to a point in the middle here. Well, this is definitely the right direction, I think. So yeah, onwards we go. Here we go. This is my iteration of a front thing decoration. I think it's okay. It's not perfect, but I do like these bars down here and these Technic pieces. Maybe I'm not 100% satisfied with this, but I was wondering if I added a small flag up here. That might look fun. That could be cool. Having a small flagpole up there would be very, yeah, maybe. I don't know, but for now, this is what I'm gonna go with. I'm also gonna sort of finish off the roofs back here. In the original idea, there is actually an air conditioning unit back here, and something like that might be a good idea. Maybe a small water tower. Not sure I can actually do that right now with what I've got, but something else maybe, we'll see. So this is at least where I'm at right now. So now just finishing off the roof details and such, and I think we are almost good to go to put this back into the city. Here we are, a New York style building for my Lego city. Now, I did say something about a tree and maybe some benches for the sidewalk, but what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until my next video to do a lot of detailing on this, maybe do an interior as well and use some of those things from the hidden side seafood diner and add it all in here. So for now, this is what I'm going to do today, and let's head over to the city and see how this looks over there. Here we go, adding in this new building in my Lego city. As you can see, I have removed the plug that was in the socket right here, just to be sure that this building can actually fit in here. And there we go. We will need a better angle though. All right, there's really no good angle to film this from because there's always this building in the way, at least if you want to see the whole city. So let me just move this a tiny bit and we can actually get a better view of the entire building like this. And I think this looks good. Yeah, I do like it very much better than the other building that was here, and I really think that the regular green and the white and the sand green go very well together. I do like this rounded corner here, and I must say that now that I see it like this, I really like this much more than I thought I would. So this is looking much better than what I started out with. And here's a close-up where you can really appreciate these masonry bricks and the sort of dynamic look that it adds to the building. I really like that detail. That's a great idea. So thanks a lot to Jason and Brian Lyles for their wonderful design in the Lego Neighborhood Book 2. Now, of course, there is something missing right here, and I will be adding another building at some point. I just don't know what. Next time, I'm fairly certain I will be working on this again, adding in some of all those details from the hidden side seafood diner that I was speaking about and I showed you in the beginning, and also just maybe adding an interior for once. It's rare that I do interiors, but maybe it would be fun to do one here. But let's get back to me and I'll say thank you for watching. Today I added in a New York styled diner in the raised section of my Lego city. Now, first of all, I must say that I am very thankful to the Lego Book 2 and Brian and Jason Lyles for having come up with this wonderful design. I will say that this, at least the top floor, borders on copying. The bottom floor is heavily inspired by, even though I have made some changes to that in comparison. So without the Lego Book 2, I don't think I would have gotten this idea. So huge thank you to Brian and Jason Lyles for making this wonderful book. It's very, very inspiring. Next time I will be working on the interior and some of the decorations for this, where I'll be using some of the details from the hidden side seafood diner to just give this a little more diner-esque feel. But that is all for me today. I hope you'll comment, like and subscribe, and I hope I'll see you folks next Monday.